Namaste, beautiful souls. Today's energy update. We've got 3i Atlas here. We've got strong currents of light coming in. Huge earth activation. I'm just going to hand over straight away to 3i Atlas to explain what's going on here. The I Am presence is strong for you all right now. Often you live life in the state of doing and thinking. Today and the next 3 days that follow are bringing in deeper opportunity of presence to recognize that the mind thinks. You have a mind that thinks, but that is only the surface of the mind. The mind that you have, and I'll say we have because we are also mind-made. We are consciousness experiencing itself through mind as a separate being. And we will explain more about ourselves, 3i Atlas, what we are and what we're doing and what the earth activation is happening right now. But first we want you to know that inside of you, each one of you, there is an opportunity to drop beneath the surface chatter of thinking over these next days and to drop deeper into levels of the mind that you don't normally experience on a daily basis when you are thinking, but they are always here. There is opportunity activating for you to move from thinking and to have moments of stillness, silence, quiet and peace in your own mind. One activation might be happening right now as we are bringing in immense peace, even into your brain, even into your third eye, as we 3i Atlas are a strong activator for the third eye between your brow. When this activates as it's doing right now, instead of trying to understand what's happening to you, there's a feeling of, it's okay, I don't need to understand this intellectually with my thinking. I accept that I'm going through an energetic upgrade, an energetic opening of my third eye, and so it is. And as this is happening for you right now, as we bring this third eye activation to you right now, we are also activating your peace chakra just above your third eye in your forehead. And what is happening now is a deep sense of I am peace. Just notice. So we 3i Atlas are here connecting to your earth very strongly right now. And while we connect to your earth very strongly, you are having a base chakra, which means a pelvic activation, meaning that you might experience bloating or pressure in the pelvic area. You might experience lockups or pressure or pulsing in your legs, knees, ankles, feet. Earth activation is happening right now for you, and it is giving you a powerful opportunity to let go of the pattern of control, because the pattern of control only exists because you have some fear. It comes from the root fear of being fearful of that which is unknown to you. There's a lot that is unknown to you. There's a lot that's unknown to the mind. The depth of the mind is unknown to the mind. The intellectual, thinking part of the mind can't quite grasp and understand the infinite part of the mind. And so that thinking part of the mind tries to control. And so right now, with us 3i Atlas being in your field strongly, we are activating the earth element, and we are helping you to release the earth element in excess. When the earth element goes into excess, you try to cling, you try to attach, and you try to control. And so we're giving you the opportunity to let go of those patterns. Let go of the control. Let go of the power. The ego tries to control and have power so that it feels safe. Control is the opposite of trust. So as you start to let go of control, and you'll notice it as coming in as different patterns. For example, you might notice in your own mind that you're trying to organize things in a certain way so you feel better inside. That's an element of control. That's too much earth element in your system. You'll notice it in trying to control others, judging others. Judging others is a huge sign that you have control running in your system, because you want the others to fit in to the box that you've created for them. You're not accepting them as they are. You want them to fit into what you think they should be. That is control. Recognize how control patterns are showing up in your life, especially during this time. When you recognize control showing up through your mind, in your body as tightness and contraction, when you recognize it, through the recognition of it comes a dissolution, a dissolving automatically, a release, a dissolving, a letting go. And as you let go and dissolve those patterns, and that happens naturally, you don't have to do anything. The dissolving, the releasing happens naturally. The effort is actually being able to recognize where the patterns are showing up in your life and how they're showing up. When you recognize them, then the release automatically takes place. They dissolve from being a frequency held in your system, and you are set free and you are much lighter. The opposite, the polarity of everything that we hold tight, is also then becoming available to you. So the opposite of control is trust. So as you dissolve and let go of control that's showing up in your life, and we'll bring you some more examples right now. As you let go of those patterns of control, you will notice that you feel more spacious, that you feel more light, that you feel more trusting, that you start to feel, wow, the universe is always carrying me. The universe is always unfolding exactly how it's meant. I don't need to be fearful and try to control every element of my life. I can trust because the universe has got me, and I can float in the river of the universe knowing that it's holding me every moment. And when I feel passion arising, inspiration arising, I can swim, I can take conscious action and swim with the river of life, co-creating with the universe from a place of love, not fear. I do not take action from a place of fear, because that is reacting to fear, which will only bring in more frequency of the lower kind, which will only bring in more challenge, more discomfort, more fear. No, I'm conscious. I am conscious and I do not choose to react to fear. I do not choose to react when I feel like life is just too much and I'm trying to then control. No, I recognize the control and I let that go. And I come back to my center, my balanced state, before I choose to act. This, dear ones, is where you are having massive activation, because we three ayatas are closest to your earth right now. Now, the earth element is in your base chakra. So everything to do with your base chakra is activating. Your base chakra is everything to do with survival, your work, earning money, food, and how food supports your body. It's to do with your birth, your actual birth. If you had a challenging time at birth, you have an opportunity now to release that. Releasing patterns of even at birth where you felt out of control and then you were born and then you've created belief patterns that you feel like you need to have everything in order and then you'll feel safe. That's a pattern of control. Or your mind needs to go over what happened in the past in order to feel like, oh, okay, it's all right. It's okay what happened in the past. Dear ones, we want you to know that the past is always perfection. So there's no need to go over what happened in the past. That's only a mind control pattern. So when you notice the mind trying to go over what happened in the past, bring to your awareness that the past is always divine perfection. It needed to unfold exactly how it unfolded. And so you can let that go. And you can come back to presence. Other ways and patterns that are activating and releasing as we are here activating the earth energy. It's power. Power. So long on your earth, for so many centuries on your earth, there's been power, control, collective power patterns where as a collective you've been trying to win wars, take over countries, have power over other people. Even inside of yourself, there is this pattern of trying to have power over yourself. Your ego, the part of your mind that thinks, is trying to have power and control over all other energy centers. The ego operates from the solar plexus, so it's connected to your stomach. And when it's in control, you'll have stomach issues, you'll have acid reflux, you'll have struggles with digesting properly. One way that you can know that you're not digesting properly is if you look at your tongue. And if there's a lot of white there, it means that your stomach is processing other things like emotions and mental things, and there's a lot going on there, and so it struggles to digest the food. So eat smaller portions of food, eat very consciously. When you're eating, be very aware of that you're eating and you're focusing just on the food instead of focusing on thinking, because that is causing difficulty for digestion. And so we're bringing you many tools, we're bringing you many ways to support you, but also we want you to know that for so long, your ego has been running the show from your solar plexus area, and no more. The time is up. No more. Be conscious. You have 7 major chakras. You have 7 energy centers. They all want equal attention. You have 1 in the pelvis, 1 in the belly below the navel, 1 in the solar plexus, 1 in the heart center, 1 in the throat, 1 in the third eye, and 1 at the top of the head, the crown. They all want the energy equally, not just the ego to run the show. And right now, with us in your energy field, you have the opportunity to dissolve the ego running the show. And it can change, and it can use the energy of power in a different way. Power to enjoy the present moment. Give it the new role right now. Power to enjoy the present moment. So there's a lot activating for you right now. Having an opportunity for all of your chakras, all of your energy centers to come into balance and alignment together. And for your own earth, where there have been humans incarnating all the time, trying to have power and control over others, that is dissolving. Your earth has called in us three-eye atlas. We call us an us because we are a consciousness. We are a oneness of love. And we are helping your earth to dissolve. Dissolving the patterns of power and control. These patterns have existed in the ethereal layers of the earth, meaning in the mental thinking layers of the earth. And so this is why humans have been born and reborn and keep incarnating with patterns of power and control. And right now you have this huge opportunity to dissolve it. And as it dissolves, you naturally land back in the energy of the heart, the energy of love, the energy of trust. Deep, deep trust is activating for you right now on your earth. Deep, deep love is activating for you right now on the earth. Deep, deep energies of freedom are available for you right now. For your earth, for the collective, and for the individual mind. This is all activating strongly right now. And so it's not just activating for the earth and for you, but it is also activating for your sun and your moon. And some of the other planets are also activating. Mars is having strong activation, which is why your solar plexus, which is connected to Mars, is activating strongly. Your moon is bringing in strong peace for all of you right now. It's gone into a strong activation of beaming you wave after wave of peace. So connect with your moon over these days. Connect with your sun. Your sun is firing and releasing and charging, which is giving you the opportunity to recognize the strong releases you're having. Strong releases. It's good. Releases are needed. Because if you don't release, you continue holding dense, low frequency energies in your system, which sends out frequency waves, which manifests in your reality. And you're done with creating a life of suffering and pain. So it's a good opportunity now to release those patterns of control and power and feel a balance within all of your energy centers and come back to a sense of trust and peace and love. This is what we are activating for you right now as we connect deeper and stronger with your earth. And some of you are interested in what we vibrate. We are the vibration of love. We are very high frequency. We, three-eye atlas, we have crystals inside of us. Just like you do, your bones are made of crystal. Even inside, the plasma that's inside of you is crystalline, just like we. We have plasma of crystal. We are made up of the 4 elements, earth, fire, water, and air, just like you are. And they all work together to create harmony. We are on the outer surface, porous like you are. You don't just breathe through your nostrils or your mouth. Every single pore in your skin is breathing in and out the energy. So are we the same. We are just like you. We are here to remind you of the oneness. It is only the ego that keeps you separate, and that is the untruth. Dissolve the untruths and return back to the truth of oneness. You have great opportunity for this right now. Great opportunity. The I am presence energy is strong with you right now, meaning that which you are is that which you find yourself experiencing moment by moment by moment. You are that which you are in each moment. Feel it, experience it. Whew. Feel it and experience it, beautiful souls. This session is not just words, it is energetic, and I'm sure you can feel it. I'd love to know what you're experiencing. Like, I'm experiencing strong energy in my brain. There's light all around. There's a lot of violet, white light all around us now, and golden light. And 3i Atlas is saying, I'm bringing in the golden light of wisdom. I'm also bringing in pink light. Maybe your telescopes aren't catching the pink, but I'm beaming you pink light for activation of deep self-love and a tenderness and a softening so that you can break through these patterns. I'm also beaming you green light, which brings through harmony, and blue light so that you feel like you can express yourself and express your truth. This is what 3i Atlas is bringing through these colors. So I'm not sure if the telescopes will catch them all, but we know them. Maybe you can even close your eyes, sense, feel, and see them. And then share with us in the group what this activation with 3i Atlas is bringing for you, what you're letting go of, what you're expanding into. This is such a huge opportunity for us. This is major. This is huge. 3i Atlas is so close to our earth and helping us to have massive expansion. In a moment, I'm going to channel the angels and I'm going to read some really good questions that you've asked. And for anyone who's new here, welcome to the community. Let me know where in the world you are. Write in the comments and say hello. Let me know your name. And everyone who's been here for years, can you welcome everyone? We've got many new members of our community. This is a very loving community. I do energy updates and a lot of grounded support. You're going to get a lot of tools and support. And also, I want to share with you that on the 29th of December, I am doing a very special ending of the year. It's a cacao ceremony, but it's not just a ceremony. It's actually a workshop. So I'm going to be teaching you how you can lead ceremonies, with cacao or any other type of ceremony, meditations. It might be that for New Year's you want to host your own ceremony, cacao ceremony or meditation. It might be you want to do it for yourself or for your community. So I'm going to include all the information. It's a cacao ceremony workshop, and you get a manual, an online manual that you can print out. I teach you how to make cacao. I teach you what cacao actually does, because it's one of the most powerful activators. Actually, here in Nicaragua, where I live, they used to use cacao before money, before gold, because they know how powerful it is. Cacao is a massive heart opener. It does something that aligns your energy, raises your frequency, that you can start to connect with angels, with guides. And so we're going to have a very special time on the 29th of December. And I just want to invite you and welcome you. You're very welcome to join. So the link is below. And then on the 27th until the 30th of January is my most deepest and powerful journey that I take everyone on. Everyone who's ready. Ask your soul if you're ready. It's Reiki level 1. It's the first level. You have to do level 1 in order to go to the next levels. And it's all about learning about the chakras, when they go excess and deficient, and how you can bring them back to balance, how to balance your energies, how to heal yourself so that you can be abundant and that you can be connecting to the higher frequencies. And yeah, it's a very powerful course. I'll include the information below. Go and spend some time reading about it and feel if it's right for you, and then you can sign up. So there's many offerings. I'm going to write and include all the offerings below. So go and take your time and read through and sign up for whatever feels good for you. But especially, everyone, on the 21st of December, I'm hosting a meditation, and everyone's invited. Use the coupon code SOLSTICE and you get to join this meditation for free. Otherwise, you pay an $11 donation. It's this Sunday, 21st. It's very important that we come and meditate together. It's World Meditation Day. And it feels like a very powerful meditation is going to be channeled through me. If you can't join the live, still sign up. You'll get the recording and you can enjoy the meditation whenever is right for you. Come and join. Let's be together. This is a very special time to be alive. Here are the questions and I'll channel the angels to answer them. Why love at all? It seems like even love would be a preference. Why would separation naturally lead to learning about love? It seems like all variations of experience of self would be contained in the one. Whoa, deep question. Let's see. Oneness is the ultimate truth. One source. In this oneness, there is nothing going on there. There is no experience. Oneness is one. It cannot be separate to experience itself when it's one. It is whole. It is complete. It is full and empty at the same time. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't have a desire. It doesn't repel or resist. It's one. And this oneness is a container within which separation is happening so that experience can be experienced, so that life can be lived. Because if you go back to the oneness, back to source, there's nothing going on there. It's empty. It's spacious. It's still. And you can stay there, but there's no experience going on. So oneness has created mind, and mind is so much more than you all can fully understand. Dear beloveds, you can't fully understand mind. Reason being is the mind cannot fully understand itself. It would have to go outside of itself to understand itself, and that's impossible. Mind cannot go outside of itself to understand itself. There is no mind in source. No mind can go back into the oneness, because if mind went back into oneness, oneness would not be one, it would be separate. There would be mind inside of it. And so, oneness has created mind, and mind is so powerful, it creates everything. This reality of duality that you find yourself within, the body is created through the mind, the powerful mind. The mind sends out frequency waves. The mind is creating, it's creative, it is the creative flow. And so, love. You are right by asking this question. Love is not needed. Love in its purest form is a flow of energy that can be felt very deeply. Love can only be experienced in a world of separation. Any experience can only be experienced in a world of separation. Nothing can be experienced in oneness because there is no body, no physical body there, and there is no mind there. Nothing can be experienced. And so mind and body have been created so that oneness can experience itself in a unique expression. And it's as simple as that. There doesn't need to be another purpose for it. There isn't another purpose for it. It's just experiencing itself. And that is the fulfillment of it. And so love and all other emotions and all other states of experience can be experienced here while you are being a human. You get to experience what it's like to be in love, or to be love, or to feel an immense amount of energy flow through you. You get to also experience what it's like to feel deep grief and sorrow when you lose that love. A pang of pain in the heart. You get to experience the polarities here. In the world of duality, polarities exist, so you get to experience them both, because in oneness, polarities do not exist. And so here, if you experience love, you get to experience the loss of love, which is deep sorrow and pain and grief. You get to experience that. You get to experience life and death. You get to experience joy, happiness. And you get to experience sorrow, sadness, depression. You would not have an opportunity to experience this if you weren't having a separate human experience. And that in itself is beautiful. You get to experience. And love has layers, just like every emotion has layers. At the depth of love, where love is pure, the depth of the ocean, which is untouched, it's deep, deep, deep. It's still, it's peaceful, it's a presence. And then you move up a layer, and there's movements, there's currents under the water. You get to experience what it's like to love someone or something. And then you move up a layer, coming up closer to the surface of the ocean. And you get to experience what it's like to be loved, to have love, and to lose love and not have love. And then at the top layer of the surface, where the waves are going, you get hit by love. And then love disappears, it looks like it's not there. Meanwhile, the true love is always deep underneath there. But the surface level love, it comes and goes. It's attached to things. And if there's attachment, everything's impermanent on the surface level. It comes and it goes. Everything comes and goes on the surface level. And so, here you are, getting to experience multi-levels of love. And this can only be known. The mind can't intellectually understand this. So your question is a question that's so deep, and the answer comes through with a very depth of knowing. So something might be activating inside of you. Something might be sensed and experienced inside of you, which is beyond the intellectual wisdom or understanding through the mind. And that is the gift of love. Whew! Amazing answer from the angels. I just want to reread it. So you wrote, why love at all? Yeah, why love at all? Well, it's just an experience. And, maybe if you're asking this question, maybe you don't need to love at all. Maybe you don't need to give and take and experience what love is on the human level. Maybe there's other emotions or energies or states of being that your soul wants to experience. Staying open to all of it. It doesn't have to just all be about love. It can be about something else for each one of us. It seems like even love would be a preference. Yes, from that surface level, we've humanized it. It's a preference. We attach to it. Oh, I want that love. We cling to it. Or we resist it. Oh gosh, I'm scared of love. I don't want that relationship. No ways, because I'll get hurt. Love equals hurt. And so we resist it. And so we create preferences with this surface level love. And we humanize it. Yeah, for sure. But that depth of the ocean, which is very high frequency, which is very deep, deep love, it cannot be given or taken. It's just a state of essence of energy that's always here. Before we go back to the oneness, we can experience that by being present. It's here. It's not anywhere outside of you. It's here. It's inside. You can access it through going inside your own body and just being in the present moment. But don't try to access it, because then you're using mind. It will happen naturally for you if it's part of the universal plan for you to experience it in this lifetime. Thank you for asking such a deep question. Okay, I've got another one. I've been reflecting on what you said about not attaching and not reacting. Yes, so anyone who's new to my community, I created a video 2 videos back. It's to do with source, and it's a deep video, very deep sharing. It's about what I experienced in Vipassana. So go and have a listen to that one after you've listened to this one, and things will start to click into place. And you might not understand it by listening to it the first time. You might need to revisit it in the future. So maybe save it to a folder so that in a year's time you can listen again. It's very, very deep. Okay, so I've been reflecting on what you said about not attaching and not reacting. I hear this often on the spiritual path, but I still struggle to understand what it tangibly looks like in the moment. For example, when someone gets upset with me and they're expecting a response right away, how do we practice non-attachment in that exact environment? For example, when someone upsets me, I understand that I shouldn't grab onto the emotion, but then I'm left wondering, okay, so what do I actually do next? I can't really go silent like a deer in headlights while I'm processing, so I'm curious how you would navigate that kind of real-time confrontation while still staying rooted and mindful. Brilliant question. This is going to help so many people. Do you breathe first? Do you acknowledge the emotion internally? Do you reframe the situation before responding? I would love a real-life example of how you personally move through something like that. And after your Vipassana experience, I'm curious how your daily thought patterns feel now. Do you still notice past, future thoughts, but just see them as ego and let them pass? Do you rise above them more naturally? How do you handle more intense situations from this new awareness? Okay, so there's a few questions here. I'm going to answer the first one, and then I'll go into my own personal experience, which will help you. So, when you've got someone that's triggering you, you've got a situation where you've got emotion that's being charged. Emotion is energy in motion. It's fire, which is rage, anger, frustration. It's sorrow, sadness, which is water. It's feeling stuck or trapped or motionless, which is earth. Or it's feeling scattered and confused or overwhelmed or anxious or fearful, which is air. So you've got an extreme amount of an element coming into your system. In that moment, take a pause, because you do not want to react from an imbalance of emotions and elements arising in your system. Because if you react vocally by getting upset with the person, or reactionary by like physically reacting, or even mentally by thinking things about this person. If you react, you are sending that same frequency wave back into the universe, and you're magnetizing in more of that low frequency. You're creating cause effect, which is karma. And so by being conscious and aware of yourself, someone's causing you to feel very uncomfortable. Who is the person that's feeling uncomfortable? You. Don't blame them for causing the discomfort. Discomfort is being felt. They're just a trigger, which is a teacher, which is giving you an opportunity to dissolve some deep patterns that are in your system. If you didn't have that person in your life to trigger and activate that emotional response, then you wouldn't know that you've got patterns in your system. So they're doing you a favor. So just by knowing that, that already gives a bit of spaciousness in your mind. Oh, okay. Okay, this person's triggering me exactly as they're meant to, because I've got patterns inside of me. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to dissolve patterns later on. But right now, in this moment, I'm feeling really uncomfortable. I'm going to take a breath in and out. Take a deep breath in, breathing in fresh cleansing energy, and take a sigh or a breath out, which is dissolving and sending out and releasing those patterns. And then you might need another breath. You do not need to respond to this person immediately. You do not. That's an old pattern that's controlling you, that's telling you, I need to just respond to them. No, you don't. You can pause. It's healthy to pause. It's better for both of you to pause. And they'll notice that you're taking some breaths in and out. And so you pause and you breathe, and maybe 3 breaths later, you feel, oh, okay, whatever I was feeling strongly in my body is starting to dissipate. I'm feeling a little bit less agitated or frustrated, and I feel a little bit less fiery. I feel a little bit less reactive. Okay, that's good. That means I've got more space in my mind. I'm not just reacting. I'm just, if I've got space in my mind, it means I can consciously choose to act rather than unconsciously react. So that's what you want to do. You want to create space in your mind and in your body so that you no longer unconsciously react to your environment, which creates a karmic wheel of life, which means you're just vibrating in that lower frequency, which causes more suffering and pain. You are pausing whenever you're triggered, whether you're triggered by an outside thing or your own mind triggers you. When you are triggered, you pause and you breathe. You breathe in the fresh energy that's cleansing you, and you breathe out the old stuck patterns. You breathe it out, and then you consciously choose to act. And then you say, and you can even bring your hands to your heart. You can just be real, be authentic, and say, look, what you've just said or what you've just done has just caused it's just caused so much in my own body that I had to just pause and breathe, because otherwise I would have reacted to you, and I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to just be a reacting, unconscious being. I want to be conscious in what I say. And to be honest, I still don't feel quite ready to respond properly to you. I think I need a bit more time to process this. So I'm doing it for the betterment of both of us, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to get back to you. And then you can do that. Just be authentic and real. People need that right now in our world. Too much. We've been run by patterns for too long where we just think we need to give a person what we think they need. They don't need that. That's an illusion. It's another pattern. Dissolve that. So with this, you're actually giving yourself permission to have more space and to heal the wounds of patterning that have been causing you to act. And now you're giving yourself authenticity and permission to be more real with how you're really feeling and what's really going on. And you're not blaming the other person. You're taking responsibility for yourself. You're saying, I'm feeling this in my body, and it's causing me to actually need to take a little step back Now, if those 3 breaths in and out that you took actually brought you back to a neutral state and you are clear in your mind, then you could actually respond with a clear mind from your heart, and you could say to the person, wow, I just took a pause because I felt so triggered in that moment, and I just breathed it out, and I'm feeling so much better now and clearer now. And first I want to say thank you, because you've just given me an opportunity to dissolve patterns that I had inside of me. By you behaving that way, I just had so much fire burn up inside of me, and it's just released. So thank you. And secondly, wow, and then you just take a moment and you respond to the situation, and you respond from love. You know, maybe you say something like, well, you know, we actually are on different vibrations. We're on different wavelengths, so we don't always need to get each other. And I don't fully get you, and I actually feel like for the first time in my life that's okay. But I don't get you, but I care for you. And I know that you're a different expression of consciousness. You're having a whole different experience than I am. And that's perfect, because why would the oneness want to have trillions of the same experience? No, it doesn't. Consciousness is having thousands and trillions of different unique experiences. And so you can be you and I can be me, and that's okay. We don't have to try to convince each other to be the same. And I actually honor that you are you and you're having your unique experience. That comes from love. That is a whole different way of mind expansion and responding consciously from the heart. So this takes time and practice, and you've got to become very, very self-aware. So this is going to help you, and I feel like that's answered that question. So that's how you navigate real-time confrontation and staying rooted in presence. So what you're doing is you're acknowledging the emotion in your body at the same time as you're breathing. And you're not using the mind to reframe the situation. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do reframing, because reframing means that you're running away from a pattern that's inside of you. You want to face the pattern that's inside of you. Reframing is mind over mind. Reframing is like this. I should just be the bigger person, and I should just smile and make it all happy again. You can do that, but you're blocking patterns that are hidden inside of you. An honest approach would rather be, instead of trying to reframe with the mind, you acknowledge, like, whoa, what you just said really triggered something inside of me. What's inside of me is mine. Like, I'm owning it, and I just need to process this because this is heavy. Yeah. Then you're facing the patterns that are inside of you, rather than trying to skirt above them and just trying to make it like people please. And then if you're people pleasing or just trying to make everything smooth and happy, you're leaving patterns. You're covering up, and the patterns will still exist inside of you. Every trigger in your life is an opportunity to dissolve patterns. You want to dissolve that which is not you, so that you can land back into the truth of you. And the truth of you exists in the present moment underneath all the patterns. So you want to unpattern yourself, dissolve all the patterns. And this is lifetimes of work. I've been doing it for lifetimes. And so it takes work, it takes awareness. And so use every opportunity to dissolve the patterns rather than to cover up on the surface. Yes. Reframing happens naturally once you've dissolved the pattern. A new frame of mind arises from inside. That's the way to reframe. So then you ask me, after your Vipassana, I'm curious how your daily thought patterns feel now. Do you still notice past and future thoughts, but just see them as ego and let them pass? So yes, I have less thoughts. I have more space in between the thoughts, which is very pleasant. But I definitely still have thoughts. So thoughts will arise. Like actually yesterday or the day before, I had a reoccurring pattern of negativity, that like of unworthiness that showed itself. In the past, it would have knocked me over and I would have been absolutely devastated by it, thinking I'm unworthy of anything. But because I've taken the root out of unworthiness, I've just got like residue patterns. It's like little tiny surges. And because I maintain awareness, I recognize it and I go, oh, how interesting. There's a little bit of that pattern still remaining in me. Where do I feel it in my body? Oh, I can feel it in the solar plexus, like little contractions. Interesting. And I just witness it and I meditate into it. So I give it space to dissolve it. And so I sit with it and I notice it, and then I noticed it release from the throat chakra. And I was like, oh, good, that this pattern is showing itself so that it can dissolve. I want to be patternless, pattern-free. So this is so good that it's showing. And then it dissolves, and then I'm like, oh, there's spaciousness again. So it's like that. Very, very conscious, very, very aware. Doesn't knock me side by side, just arises. Negativity will arise, positivity will arise. I don't attach to the positivity. I had such good sensations giving a client a session the other day. It was like, oh, my whole body's vibrating so much high frequency. And I was like, oh, well, it'll pass. And no attachment to it. And so it passed. And then there was a bit of pain in my right hip later. I was like, oh, dissolving some energy. So it's more like the mind, it is okay with whatever's arising moment by moment. So I still have pulses of ego because ego is here. There's still patterns. So that still comes, but it's just got less of an effect. Doesn't knock me over, doesn't take me away, and I go towards it rather than run away from it. But I go towards it without attaching. I go towards it with the curiosity of, oh, here's a pattern arising. Whether it's a positive pattern or a negative pattern, it's a pattern, and it dissolves. And so that's what's happening. Let's see what else you asked. Do you still notice past, future thoughts, but just see them as ego and let them pass? Yes. So yes, the mind will still, I could feel it there in the solar plexus as it was like jumping to the future. That can cause anxiety and fear energy, which is excess air when you go into the future. So yes, that does still happen. And going into the past, yes, it does still go to the past. And there's an awareness that's very strong in my field. So and I'm not trying to control it. The mind will think that it's like the heart will beat. The mind will think. I'm not trying to control it. So I'm not going, oh gosh, there you're thinking about the past again, get back to the present. No, it's just like, oh, interesting. It's thinking about the past. I wonder if there's a pattern connected to that it wants to dissolve. Let's just witness this. You see, and already by doing that, you come back into presence and you're accepting it. And then it goes into the future, and I'm like, oh, it created a pang of nervousness about the future. Oh, it's worried about the future. Okay, let's have a breath. And then that pattern dissolves. So there's a lot of peace here, accepting each moment as it arises, and not trying to control the mind and the thoughts. The mind thinks. It's part of its beauty and its nature. But the more the mind starts to feel more comfortable living in the present moment, it thinks less and less, and you feel more alive in the body as well. Because you're not sending energy future past. You've got more energy in the present moment. And when you've got more energy in the present moment, you feel more sensations in your body, and you just become more and more present. So that's what's happening for me. And then you said, do you rise above them more naturally? Do you handle more intense situations from this new awareness? Yeah, the awareness is never gone. Whereas before, in the past, awareness, I could sometimes fall asleep and get attached to the character Natalie and believe the thoughts and the emotions would be so overwhelmingly strong that I'd feel I am my emotions, I am my thoughts, and I'd be attached to the character and be reacting to whatever I'm thinking or experiencing. here now in life, because awareness is like so deeply here. There's no falling asleep. And so, and I don't get annoyed with the patterns when they come up. I'm actually just graciously appreciative that they're showing, because I'm so motivated to dissolve every pattern. So I'm not attaching to like I need to live in a blissful state. I don't need to always just be peace and happiness. I'm good with whatever arises. I've come to be in the 3D world, which means the world of polarity. And so I accept that there's going to be polarity. There's going to be discomfort. There's going to be joy. There's going to be everything in between. So there's less trying to like control. The awareness feels stronger and more present, and the awareness seems to do the work itself. So because there's effort to really train the mind to become more present. That takes effort through meditation and keeping on retracting the mind back to the present moment. When it wanders, you just invite it back to presence. That those two tools, like meditation and retracting mind back to presence, back to the body. What are we feeling? Let's be here in the present moment. Those two help the mind to be present, and then when the mind's present, you live in a state of awareness. So the effort then brings to a state of effortlessness, where you are. It's just effortless. The awareness catches the thoughts and it recognizes, oh, we're thinking again. Oh, that's a low frequency thought. Oh, that's an uncomfortable sensation. Let's witness it. That's the difference that happens. And so peace is always still here, even though the waves are coming in and out, because those waves aren't knocking one over. That's where I'm at. I think that's answered all your questions. So do you handle more intense situations from this awareness? Yes. I recently had an intense situation where we had to put my dog down because she was very, very sick. So meaning put her to sleep from the physical body and let her pass into soul energy space again. And so that was very emotional, very intense emotions, grief fully moving through me. Feels like my heart was breaking and pain going all the way down my arms to my hands, like full body discomfort. And because I just had awareness of it, there was the allowing that which is arising in this moment. And I didn't try to resist, oh, I should not feel this, or I didn't try to attach, oh, I should be feeling happy, or I should get over this quickly. I didn't have that. I just had, oh, I'm with the pain, and the pain is arising, and everything's anicca, everything's impermanent. So it'll pass, and I'm not trying to rush it. Let me embody and embrace it. And so for 2 days, I felt like strong pain and sadness. And on the third morning, I woke up. And because I processed it fully by allowing whatever arises in the moment, I woke up and I got this deep message from the universe. There is nothing ever missing from the present moment. The present moment is always full of exactly what it's meant to be full of. There's never anything missing from the present moment. And so with that realization, I realized that it was my mind that was taking me back to the moments that I'd had with Ginger, my dog. And every time I rethought about all those moments that we had together, it would create the pain, and then I would release the pain. And it was good because I was releasing pain of lifetimes. And so I then released all the pain, and there was no more pain there. And I realized nothing's missing in the present moment. And it wasn't a mental thing I was doing. It was an energetic, oh, I've dissolved all of that. Now this moment is so full of what it's full of. It's full of the energy of Ginger. It's full of the essence of her soul. And this moment is so full. There's nothing missing. So I've got nothing missing in my heart anymore. No more pain. So yes, just embodying and embracing whatever arises moment by moment, accepting it as it is what helps it to move. It's only when we attach to it or resist it that it stays longer. Everything's impermanent in this world of duality. And so I hope and I know in my heart that everything I've shared with you and answering your beautiful, deep questions is going to help you all so, so deeply. So share with me in the comments how you're feeling, how this is helping you, what realizations you're having, and maybe you'll channel through something for our group. Others can go and read and receive your wisdom. Thank you so much for being here. And beautiful souls, on the 21st of December, let's all come together and meditate. Use the coupon Solstice to join in this meditation for free. The link is below so you can sign up. Let's meditate together. It feels so special. From my heart and soul, Namaste.